Hey people, I am live. Welcome to the Friday late afternoon into the early evening live stream. I'm here up on Bloor Street, right near Bay, in the Bloor-Yorkville neighborhood. It is January the 3rd. It is cold. It is -2, but the wind chill makes it feel like more like -10 right now. So some pretty frigid weather has descended on the city, but still no snow, as you can see, although some areas all around Toronto are getting hammered with snow. But so far the city is being spared, which is pretty typical. So no complaints from me there. But welcome everyone. Thanks for checking out tonight's stream. I'm probably going to make my way south down towards the lake. And hello to Gertij and Marge. How you doing? Vivian Johnson's in the house. Hello, hello. Jenny Kritzkamp. Yeah, it's chilly out here. It's chilly. Midge Adams, Picard, Craig O'Connor, Aline Dover, Alan K. Hello Lee, Carol Ali. Response Audio, Happy New Year. I'm glad to hear it. And Modano, hello. So it's pretty lively around here at Bloor-Yorkville. I just recorded a video in the area, which was mostly indoors, so I wasn't freezing to death, but I was boiling to death because I have this winter coat on, and walking around indoors for a half an hour is also unpleasant when you're wearing a big coat like this. So from one situation into another here, one extreme to another. But actually the colder air feels refreshing for now. Let's see if it stays that way. I don't know. Hey, Jasmine Canna. Good to have you. Garth Owens, what's up? Lorraine McLean. Randy Ruck is in the house. And everyone else I might have missed. I like to walk. And Kyle Walker, right off the bat with a $6.99 super chat. Happy New Year's, Ken. You're a brave one for sticking out the cold, especially towards the lake. And a fantastic year. Thank you very kindly for the $6.99, Kyle. Happy New Year to you. And Randy Ruck also, $5. Thank you very kindly, Randy, for the $5 super sticker. 2 supers to kick things off. That warms my heart a little bit, or my otherwise cold body. Thank you very much, Kyle and Randy, for the support. Much appreciated. Canadian Vasily, hello. Wesley Pavel, if that was your name. Sorry, I can't read the Russian. I'm trying to remember if that was what your name was from another stream. But yeah, we're gonna start walking. Just sitting still is a good way to feel cold, so let's get the body moving here. So this is my first real live stream of 2025. I did a brief overlap during my New Year's stream where I streamed a little bit into 2025 by maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. But we're not going to count that, are we? So last time I went down Yonge Street, so this time let's go down Bay Street. We'll go all the way down Bay towards the lake. I don't know if we'll go right to the lake, but we'll go most of the way down. Hey, Mike Landry's in the house with a $3 super chat. Hey, Ken, Happy New Year. Hello to everyone in the chat. Mike Landry, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. Good to have you. Cheers, Mike Landry. Much appreciated. Whitby Dude, hello. I guess things are pretty much back to normal. Most people are back to work now. I think the kids are back to school on Monday, I'm guessing. Still got some Christmas decor here though. And I'm still a little bit stuffed up from my cold. So you might notice my voice seems a little bit stuffy sounding. Hey, Ariel Martin Shars, hello, good to have you. John L, Happy New Year. And Jan M, $10, Happy New Year, Ken. Your name is pronounced Jan. I remember that now. I remember from another time you corrected me. Jeez, I'll have to insert that into the memory bank. Thank you very much, Jan, for the $10 and Happy New Year to you. Always good to have you in the stream. Cheers, Jan. Much appreciated. Hey, Cold Hard Toronto. Why is Val Kilmer in the thumbnail? I'll take that as a compliment. I mean, wasn't he considered quite the heartthrob in his prime, you know? I don't know. Unless you're talking about current day Val Kilmer, then yikes. Then perhaps I should, you know, maybe avoid taking thumbnails anymore. Hey, Boardwalk Brad, hello. Good to have you. Long time no see. Sebastian, hello. Yeah, Jenny, he played Jim Morrison, right, in that Doors movie. And he did a good job. I have that movie on DVD. Hey, Aaron Hockey, hello. Young Val, all right. Thanks for specifying Cold Hard Toronto. Hey, Canadian Vasily, $5 for coffee coins. Thank you very kindly, Canadian Vasily. It's always awesome to have you in the chat as well. Another awesome local walktuber. And Keenan Oget, £4.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Keenan, for your support as well. Canadian Vasily and Keegan, thank you very much. Or Keegan, sorry. No, Keenan, jeez. Have to like make sure I'm reading things right here. Thank you very much to both of you for your support. Cheers. I am a little off my game right now, as I mentioned. I'm getting over this cold here. Watching from London. And Jeanette, $30, holy moly, for a fancy hot chocolate. Got to keep me warm in the new year. That's quite the fancy hot chocolate. I wonder what I would get if I asked for a $30 hot chocolate. Thank you, holy moly, for the very generous support, Jeanette. It is a cold one today, as I mentioned. And Aaron Hockey, $2 for new dreams and new goals. Thank you very much, Aaron Hockey. Wow. I'm being spoiled today. All this awesome, awesome support. So cheers, Jeanette, for the 30 bucks. And also, Aaron Hockey, thank you so much for the support to both of you. Hey, Dave's Corner, hello. And wowee, it continues. Jenny, $10. Can't have hot chocolate without marshmallows. Well, I can't argue with that. That's the only way to have hot chocolate as far as I'm concerned. Thank you very much, Jenny, for your generous $10 super. Cheers, Jenny. Thank you so much. Hey, Brent Sheehan, hello. Whew, it is cold. Hopefully my phone battery lasts a decent amount of time. I do have the power bank plugged in already. Hey, the happy-go-lucky one. And good grief, Vivian Johnson, $10. You need a $10 cookie to go with the hot chocolate and marshmallows. And once again, I can only imagine what a $10 cookie must be like. Maybe I'll try that as well. Give me your best $10 cookie, please. Thank you so much, Vivian. And everyone for all the mind-blowing support here so far in this freezing cold stream. Thank you, Vivian Johnson. $10 cookie. I'm down for that. Hey, Heron Song, hello. Right, Jenny? And gee, Marge now $10 for whatever my heart desires to keep warm. Right now it would be sitting in my comfy chair watching someone else freeze their ass off while streaming. But I'm out here, I'm into it. It's not so bad, really. Thank you very much, Marge, for the $10 super chat. For whatever my heart desires. I'll think of maybe another thing to go along with the hot chocolate and the cookie. Thank you, Marge. Cheers. That's what you are doing, yeah. I'm sure that's what everyone is enjoying right now. Let's watch this doofus walk around freezing his ass off. Bradfield, hello. Yeah, it's quite windy. That's what's making it really feel cold out here. The temperature is only -2, which isn't so bad, right? But it's in the double digits below zero with the wind chill. When it kicks up, man, you feel it. Hey, Mike Landry, another $5 for a Craig's cookie. Thank you very much, Mike. And Alan K, $5 also for you gotta have a burrito with all the food and drinks. Man, oh man. Can't believe the support. Thank you to both of you. Oh, the super chats, it is much appreciated. Mike and Alan K. Cheers to both of you. Thank you so much. Try not to sniff too much here, but my nose is having other ideas. This cold has been pretty much just a nose cold, right? I didn't really have much coughing or anything like that. Just sneezing and stuffy nose, that sort of thing. That's good because I think the coughing is the worst part of it. To me anyway, so if I can avoid that part, I'd rather have a stuffy nose for a few days. I leaned over $5 for some root beer. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing also after the stream. I'm probably going to end the stream at a grocery store so I can pop in and get some root beer and maybe some other fancy stuff now to go along with it, thanks to everyone's support. Thank you very much, Eileen Dover, for buying my root beer for me tonight. Evening, Kevin Hawthorne. Yeah, totally, Jeanette, right? Especially when you like try to go to sleep and for some reason that's the time when you decide, or your body decides, let's engage in some coughing fits now that it's bedtime, right? So I haven't had to deal with that, so I'm thankful. The last few times I've had a cold actually have been kind of similar, kind of like this, just with a nose centered sort of cold, you know? So not much coughing going on with me. I didn't have a cold for like 4 or 5 years. And then I've had 2 colds now within the last like 6 months or so. Hey, Falcom Scott, good to have you. Oh, that's good, Jeanette. Wow, we response audio, a $25 super henna veggie curry. Man, I am just going to be loaded with goodies. Cookies and root beer and burritos and hot chocolate and marshmallows. And a veggie curry, courtesy of Response Audio. Generous $25. And Tom Seeley, $5. Get a falafel to go with the falafel weather. I'm going to have to write out a plan of action in order to tackle all these goodies here. Thank you, Response Audio and Tom Seeley. Wow, thank you so much to both of you. Cheers to your support. Much appreciated. Hello, Juliano from Brazil, or is it Giuliano, one or the other? Hopefully one of those was right. Good to have you. Ogles Silva, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you love the videos. I imagine you're probably enjoying some nice warm weather in Brazil right now. Not walking through an Arctic blast here like me. I'll be well fed tonight, right? Bag somehow ended up in that tree. I guess the wind is strong enough. Pine Sol 279. Don't forget the root beer. Happy New Year's, Ken. Thank you, Pine Sol. Yeah, I think there was some root beer support earlier, but there's never enough root beer, right? I can never have too much. So thank you, Pine Sol. I'll definitely stock up on some root beer, courtesy of you and your awesome support. Thank you so much. And whoa, another super popped in here. Dusty Cole, $4.99. Third course for Thai. I love the Thai food, as you know. Thank you very much, Dusty Cole, for the $4.99. Wow, thank you so much. Hey, would like to sleep? Welcome. Hey, Kenzie, yeah, the wind is nasty. It's nasty. And my phone doesn't like it too much. The gadgets don't like the bitter cold wind, that's for sure. It drains the batteries at a ridiculous rate. Hey, Living Life, hello. Walking in LA. Welcome, over 300 viewers so far. Oh, here comes some wind. And thanks everyone who checked out my New Year's Eve stream. It was a lot of fun walking around with Johnny in the rain. I had a pretty decent size audience watching during the fireworks. It was up into the thousands. Tons of awesome support during the stream also. And it was nice that the signal held out this time for the first time. There were no signal issues during the fireworks. Thanks, Carol. Hello, Ziggy Phoenix and Ken Land. You got a sneezing fit? I did have some of that. Not a fit exactly, but in the earliest stages of the cold, you get the sneezing, so I did have that. But sneezing is no biggie to me. It only lasts a day or so. Phantom Canuck. Did somebody say root beer? It's been mentioned a few times, yeah. That's one of my plans for after the stream, is pick up some root beer. Is that right, Eileen? Wow. Are you in South Florida or more northern Florida? Or the Panhandle? I guess any part of Florida that's still considered pretty cold, right? North Central? Okay. Stephen Edwards, hello. You hate root beer? Well, more for me then. More for me. Hey, Crikey and Reggie, hello. John O'Meara. We're heading south down Bay Street for those maybe just joining or wondering where I am. We started up at Bay and Bloor. And I'm just going to go all the way down Bay Street, pretty much to the end of Bay. Maybe not to the very end, but pretty close. And then I'm thinking I'm going to go east. Let's maybe make our way towards the distillery district or something around there. Hey, Debutik, hello. Good evening to you, and Billy T. This wind, man, holy moly. Hello, Babar. Welcome, Babar. And Peter Bradfield, $4.99. Ginger, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, and lemon. And dark hot chocolate helps with colds. Hey, thanks for the tip, Peter. Thanks for the $4.99. Super, much appreciated. Cheers, Peter Bradfield. Yeah, my nose is like starting to do its thing. Crossing Gerard. Ay, caramba. Hey, Rob MNR in the house with a £5 super chat. Thank you very much, Rob MNR. Glad you could catch the stream. It's freezing here in Toronto. I don't know about where you are right now. I'm sure it's not anywhere close to this cold though. Cheers to your support, Rob MNR. Thank you very much. All right, Jeanette. Enjoy your evening walk. How's the weather in Houston right now? And thank you so much for that awesomely generous super chat earlier. Have yourself a great evening. Hello, Louise. Good to have you. It is this wind music sounds. Yes, it is. It's freezing in Scotland, is it? Well, I guess I'm not alone here, although it's really freezing here. Stupid cold with the wind anyway. Thank you, Jenny. $5 for a couple of boxes of Kleenex. I might need some. Thanks very much, Jenny. That's a good idea. I need a Tim Hortons double-double. Then I'd have to go pee, I think. For some reason, when you're out in the cold, walking around, and if you have had anything to drink, I find you have to go number one in no time for some reason. I don't know what it is about being out in the cold. It's 20 Celsius in Houston right now. Enjoy, Don't get too hot now. Hey, Ian Francis, hello. City Emerald, welcome. Walking in LA, welcome. Not a bot. $5. Happy New Year, Ken. Here's to a great year of walk tubing. Thank you very much. Not a bot. Happy New Year to you as well. And yeah, I hope 2025 turns out to be a fun year for everyone as I continue walking around. Not only Toronto, but maybe some other places further flung. Thank you very much, Nautibot, for the support. Much appreciated. All right, we're approaching Dundas Street. Hey, Scott Briggs. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably agree with you there, Scott. I can't say I enjoy it myself either, but I do it. Even before I had the channel, I would do it just because I like to take a walk, you know? And of course I grew up in a much colder place, so I would do it all the time up there. Yeah, 5 more years, Jenny, right? No, I don't use Nightbot. All right. Across Dundas. You're sick for 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm just getting over this cold here. Hasn't been 2 weeks though. I've only had it for about 4 or 5 days. It was never that bad though, to be honest. Pretty easy as colds go. There's Yonge and Dundas over that away. I don't think we'll be visiting Yonge and Dundas on this stream, but you know, I tend to go there on pretty much every other stream, so probably in the next one. Is Canadian Tire like a giant carrot? I guess the logo sort of looks that way. Giuseppe, hello. All right, welcome. Have a good night, mate. Glad you could catch part of the stream. Walking towards the financial district. I'm gonna keep on sticking to Bay Street here, so we'll go right through the heart of all the big office towers. That's right, Vivian. I'm going to try to keep count. Hey, Yahya, hello. How's my battery? Still at 89%, so battery is holding up pretty well. I'll let this guy go. He was respectful. He was going to let me go, but I was like, ah, you go. Oh, that bus is full of people for some reason or other. I'm not sure what that bus is, though. Right, Financial District. We're walking past City Hall. Nathan Phillips Square, right over here. Almost feel the cold walking in LA. Well, I can definitely feel it. There's the tower. Get to the tower. Get to the tower. Sand Dollar Yacht Charter, hello. I was gonna run across them, the cop had to show up right then. They still have the tree up at Nathan Phillips Square. I wonder when that's going to come down. I imagine the next week or so. It is windy here, boy. Got a huge crowd skating at the rink over there. I guess the cold weather doesn't keep the skaters away. Let's make it out a little bit. Ajitesh, hello. It's freezing. It's freezing today in Toronto. Evening, Jefferson Rivas. Wesley, hello. And anyone really who said hi. Maybe I missed the odd greeting here and there. Hello back, if that's the case. There's the Toronto sign. And City Hall with the tree. Yep. Frozen Toronto. Although we had some really warm, rainy weather just around New Year's, so all in all, this winter so far has not been that cold, and barely any snow, just a few light snowfalls here and there. We don't really have any snow to speak of right now. Usually when it's this cold in the city, it doesn't snow, although some areas around the city are getting hit pretty hard with snow over the next day or two. Hey, PJME 354, just in case nobody has bought me sriracha sauce. I don't think anyone has, so thank you very much for the support. PJME 354, I guess that's the perfect amount to get some sriracha sauce. Much appreciated. Cheers to your support and for the sauce, thank you. We're looking straight down Bay Street here, which we've been walking along the whole time. There's a menorah for Hanukkah. We're on the steps of Old City Hall. Alright, let's continue on down Bay. Swing around, we'll take a look at Old City Hall though. Try not to get these wires in the shot. Check out the gargoyles. I think those gargoyles were added later. The building is from 1899 though. Hey, Janice Pike, hello. Save the clock tower. Alright, we're in the financial district. You'll find a mix of old classic office towers from the 1920s and modern skyscraping behemoths all mixed together. It's a great city for exploring, that's for sure, Ziggy. It's just huge and so many walkable neighborhoods. Here's the old Hudson's Bay department store building. Once upon a time it was the Simpsons department store. Are there more gargoyles around Toronto? I think there are. I think there are in a few places here and there. Temperance Street. Bet you it's warm to stand over that manhole right there. Here you can see these old 1920s office buildings, but behind them you can see First Canadian Place, which went up 40 years ago now. 1975 First Canadian Place was built. It's still the tallest building in the financial district, but pretty soon 3 towers will overtake it in height, although they're not in the financial district, but 3 towers will overtake First Canadian Place within the next year or two when they're topped out. Hey, Robert Vincent Harris, hello. Oh yeah, sorry, Jenny. I meant to say 50 years. Well, 75, right? 75 to 2025. Did I say 50 years? And here's the former Trump Tower. Now it's the St. Regis Hotel. Yeah, when I said 40, I meant to say 50. Hey, Robert Sprite, hello. You're eating KFC chicken. All right, crikey. Cracked 400 viewers. Awesome. Welcome everyone watching me freeze my tuchus off as I walk down Bay Street here. We started up at Bay and Bloor. Now we're almost at Bay and King. Thanks for checking out the stream. Hopefully you hit subscribe and all the other buttons, as I like to say. It's awesome to have you. Hey, Jelly Bean, hello. There's the Toronto Dominion Centre. There's actually 5 towers. There's 3 of them. First Canadian Place again. Unknown. Yeah, I love the skyscraper architecture in the financial district. A lot of people like to characterize Toronto as being a city with terrible architecture. They're just talking about some of the condo towers that have been built in the city over the last 15 years or so, which a lot of them do tend to look the same or cheaply built and all that, but there's tons of awesome architecture in the city. all over the place, including a lot of the office towers here in the financial district. Skyscraper from 1930 or so, 31. Scotia Plaza over here, which can't really see it. That's a beautiful office tower. One of the nicest in any major city in the world, really, that has office towers of that scale. Even Commerce Court West here is nice with the sort of stainless steel international design. I don't know if Jasmine is still in the chat, but I think I dubbed this area Jasmine Land recently. Financial District, aka Jasmine Land. Hey Lorraine, I'm glad to show them to you. With the old stock exchange, it's relocated now. Walk, hello. My phone battery hasn't gone down a single percentage in the last like 20 minutes or so. Not too shabby power bank. You're actually working in the freezing cold tonight. And Royal Bank Plaza here is an awesome looking office complex. Clad in gold glass, and it has real gold leaf embossed in all of the window panes. Hey, Auditing Canada, hello. Filled place. They still have their awesome Christmas decor inside there, I see. More spectacular architecture inside there too. Vivian, I do have one. I have one of the heated gloves because I use my other hand free of gloves, as you know. But my gimbal holding hand, I do have the heated glove. The other one is at home taking a break. Hey, Top 905, hello. All right, we're almost at Front Street. Hey, Chris Mills, hello. And there we go, the CN Tower, Union Station. School Tipu, hello, watching from Montreal. I was there a little while ago, as you probably know. Well, in the summer, in August. Doesn't seem like that long ago, but I guess it was.
You get those ones right there? Well, that's some sweet cheeks right there.
Is it on Monday everyone goes back to work in the financial district? I wasn't sure if that was already the case or not. North up Bay. So we walked down most of Bay Street now. I mean, we started at Bay and Bloor. And now we're going to head south of Front down into the South Core. Happy New Year, Kurt Affair. Jordan Hermie, hello. And go to Bond Street. That's kind of in my neighborhood or close to it. I don't know if we'll be heading over there during the stream. Jacques Pilon. There's one way to get into Union Station. But we're not going to do that today. Hey, Carlito's Way. We're going to go close to the lake. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to the lake. We're going to go pretty close. Daniel, welcome. Because I'm going to start going east. So maybe I'll take us down to like Harbor Street. And then I'm going to start going east because I want to get over to the Esplanade. And we'll start going eastward along there. Giuseppe, thank you very much. I think I'll pass on sticking anything in the lake right now. No appendage will be going in the lake. Bank Arena. See little tiny snowflakes coming down. Can you see the little snowflakes coming down here? Imagine we got like a surprise snowstorm or something all of a sudden.
We're gonna end up right by the restaurant.
It's getting harder to talk with the cold. Awesome looking building, that's CIBC Square. Phase 1 and Phase 2 is pretty much a twin under construction right there. It'll be slightly taller though, Phase 2. I don't think Toronto is expecting to get hit with any major snowfall though. Hey, thanks, Rob LeBeau. Same to you. Who am I calling a snowflake? So is there a game tonight? What's happening here tonight at Scotiabank Arena? Something's happening. Can't tell based on what people are wearing. Is it a Raptors game or I don't know. I see people wearing Raptors jerseys. I'm out of the loop when it comes to sports, so don't make fun of me. Is it the Raptors? Okay. So my guess was right then. Got a line up here. That's basketball, NBA, Eileen. Playing Orlando, so they're playing city from maybe not too far from where you live. Right, crossing Lakeshore Boulevard. And under the Gardner Expressway. Four 423 people in the house. 28 went up. Yeah, if anyone is new to the channel, hope you're enjoying the freezing cold walk through the streets of Toronto. If you'd like to see more streams like this, just hit the subscribe and the notification bell, because I do these streams regularly as I walk around the city in all sorts of weather. And I do streams every few days. And I also do pre-recorded walks on the days that I don't stream. So every single day there's a new walk on the channel you can watch. And I sometimes go outside of Toronto and visit other cities as well. I've been all across Canada except for the Atlantic or Maritime provinces. I haven't been there yet. I'd like to though. That's right. Do all those things Vivian just suggested there. Hello, Bob Davidson. Dennis Leonard, hello. And if you're lurking, I encourage you to come and say hi in the chat. No pressure. See the arena and the Gardner Expressway. And looking back towards the financial district. And across Harbor Street. Christina, it's not minus 25, thankfully. That's very rare in Toronto that will get that cold, unless it's like a wind chill sort of thing. I'm not sure what it is. It was around -2 with a -10 wind chill when I headed out today. I'm not sure if it's gotten chillier since the sun went down. It might be a bit colder now. That's right, Phuket Walk. Toronto rarely goes to -20 as like a base temperature in the winter. Maybe once or twice a winter season it might dip down that low. And -30 is pretty much unheard of in the whole history of weather keeping in Toronto, or weather records. I think that's only happened a handful of times in the entire history of the city, as long as they've been keeping track of the weather. Fernando? Yeah, there's little snowflakes coming down, little tiny snowflakes. Alright, so we did the walk all the way down Bay Street, almost to the lake. The lake is literally just right there. You can see Queen's Quay. The end of Yonge Street also is right there. And there's the lake. So we're at the foot of Yonge Street now. Right next to the Sky Tower, which is getting very tall now. That will be the tallest building in the city when it's topped out, not including the CN Tower. The CN Tower is in its own category, but Sky Tower will overtake First Canadian Place. And it will be the tallest of the 3 super talls currently under construction. It'll be close to 347 meters when it's topped out, 105 stories in height. mean with me, Christina? Like, as in my personal life? Not so much, I guess. Just doing the thing, the YouTubing thing. How's 2025 so far? Yeah, no complaints. I mean, I started off the year with a cold, which I'm still getting over, so that was a bit of a bummer, but it's not a bad cold. And it's almost gone now. Some neat views here. I hope your 2025 is getting off to a decent start. Now we're going back under the gardener again. Thanks, Jelly Bean. The day before New Year's Eve, I did feel pretty shitty. And I was a bit concerned that I would still feel shitty on New Year's Eve and I wouldn't be able to do my live stream that day. But luckily, when the day came, I felt a lot better and I was like, okay, I think I'm alright to do the live stream. But that would have sucked. I think Henry from Toronto Tech and Transit actually had to sit out New Year's Eve because he was sick. I don't know if he's feeling better now. Hopefully he is. Maybe he's watching. Well, Henry, hope you feel better. Hello. Poll call Steve, what's up? Happy New Year. I don't usually get a flu shot. I don't know, I just never really have. Back towards the financial district. We just walked through there a little while ago. Sort of Gotham-like from here. Run through the tunnel. I could have done some yodeling as I was walking through there. Oh well, maybe next time. I don't know if I can yodel right now in this cold air. I think yodeling is warm weather type stuff. Hey Lou, hello. You got cold germs for Christmas? I guess I did too. Just what I always wanted. Ricola. I did do that during the Taylor Swift stream, right? Hello, John. 1 year from the World Cup. Huh. Time flies. Still have some little flurries coming down here. Ricola, Ricola. Yeah, I can't really do it. My voice is not in yodeling condition right now. It's barely in talking condition. Oh, look, it's one of these things parked in front of the Novotel. Duck, right? Cold Hard Toronto. There's the old spaghetti factory. That's a good spot. I've been there a couple of times. Carl Roth, Happy New Year. So we're heading east along the Esplanade. Here's that new No Frills that I briefly stopped by in a previous pre-recorded video. It's a good addition to the neighborhood. Downtown Toronto really is well served by grocery stores. There are probably like a couple of dozen full-size grocery stores in the downtown core, which is obviously very handy just because there's such a big residential population in downtown Toronto. A lot of major cities barely have more than a few grocery stores, if that, in their downtowns. Here's a foot of Church Street. Like just within a 15-minute walk of my apartment building, I think I have about 7 or 8 full-size grocery stores I can walk to in all directions from my building. I think this one is just a little beyond that 15-minute walk, but not by much. That's right, Orata. Yeah, I'd say close to 300,000 people live in the boundaries of downtown Toronto, right? It's like a pretty densely populated residential area. It's not just a business area or an office area. I think only Manhattan has a bigger residential population. We're talking about US and Canadian cities. Do I ever get tired of walking around Toronto? Not really, because there's always something new to look at. Like, I'm into architecture and developments. I love skyscrapers, as you probably know, and there's so many of them under construction all the time, or just starting construction. Neighborhoods are constantly changing, like restaurants opening and relocating, and stores, and you know, there's festivals, events, whatever. There's always things going on, or things changing from one year to the next, or even like 1 month to the next. So I don't get tired of it. There's Market Street. I guess it looks like it's still blocked off to traffic. The little Christmas market is gone. This is St. Lawrence Market, the building right here on this side. Hey, Toronto's Doo-Wop music guy, hello. Do I travel to America much? Not really. I mean, it's been a while. Over 10 years ago was the last time I went to the States, and that was a trip to Washington, D.C. and New York City. That was before I was doing the YouTube channel. But I'd like to go back now that I am doing the channel, right? Although there are weird in the US, the IRS might have something to say about it. Hey, Davy Bukaj, hello. So this is the St. Lawrence Market area. Yeah, I'd like to go to Buffalo just to walk around and record some videos. I'd like that very much, actually. It's only an hour and a half drive away from Toronto. I mean, in good traffic. Flatiron Building. If there was a bridge going over Lake Ontario, though, you could get to Buffalo and Niagara way faster, because you have to drive around Lake Ontario from Toronto. Like, you have to first go west and then go around the end of Lake Ontario and then go east to go to Niagara and Buffalo. But if you could just go straight across Lake Ontario from Toronto, you could get there in a fraction of the time, like probably like about a half an hour, 40-minute drive. I think there was an episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds that was set in Toronto. The whole episode took place in Toronto. And in that version of the present, I guess it was sort of like an alternate universe of sorts. There was a bridge going right across Lake Ontario from Toronto. Is that right, Jenny? Yeah. Yeah, there's no ferries currently operating. They had one that they were operating between Toronto and Rochester, New York, but it didn't last. It just didn't get enough business. And now there's a proposal, I think, for a ferry to go across Lake Ontario to Niagara-on-the-Lake on the Canadian side, just right across the river from New York State. I don't know what's going to happen with that proposal. Will it amount to anything? I think I have a few viewers of the channel who live in Buffalo. I don't know if they're in the chat tonight, but hello across the lake if you are. And Rochester also. I think I have a few Rochesterians who watch the videos, because I guess Toronto is the nearest really big city to Rochester and Buffalo, which are mid-sized cities really, right? They're not like big cities or anything. The Goo Goo Dolls, that's right. Yeah, if you go back in time to say like 1940 or 1950, Toronto and Buffalo were around the same size back then, including like their suburbs, like the metro areas. Yeah, they were pretty close in size back in those days. And then after the 1950s, Buffalo started declining, and Toronto just kept on growing, and it started growing rapidly, like very rapidly. And now, of course, Toronto is gigantic compared to Buffalo, right? Like, they don't even compare anymore. Yeah, Cleveland also. Cleveland is still bigger than Buffalo, but it's still like, now it's tiny compared to Toronto also. Toronto just grew so enormously into this behemoth of a city. I bet you no one back in those days saw that coming. Now it's like a Chicago-sized city, you know? Or even bigger in some aspects. Like city proper of Toronto now is more populous than Chicago. So it has overtaken Chicago in its city proper population. We're walking east along Front Street East, St. Lawrence Market area. Past an hour and a half that I've been out here freezing my bits off. They love Canada because of our beer. Hey, Mr. Adam's Apple. Hello, hello. at Sherborne. So see some snow coming down very lightly. The population of Toronto. Well, there's several different ways to measure the population depending on what you're taking in, right? So Toronto proper, the city of Toronto, in the latest StatCan estimates for like 2024 that they released, was around 3.1 million in the city proper, and that covers an area of like 630 square kilometers, or 243 square miles. So 3.1 million and 630 kilometers, that's the city proper. So that's bigger than Chicago by a fair deal now. And then you have the census metropolitan area, which is another way of measuring the city and some of its suburbs. And that's over 6 million. Like 6.2 or 6.3 million as of the 2021 census. So that's a little bit out of date now, right? It's grown a lot since then. And then there's the Greater Toronto Area, which is an even slightly more all-encompassing area that includes some areas the census metropolitan area doesn't include, but are still suburbs of the city. And that has over 7 million people. See how these things, it all depends on what you're counting, right? And then there's the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area, because Hamilton is also connected to the continuous growth of all the suburbs around Toronto. Hamilton has become connected to that. It's all one continuously built up area. So that would be like an MSA in the US, as they call them. And if you include Hamilton, then there's over 8 million people, you know, Greater Toronto Hamilton area. And then there's the Golden Horseshoe, which is an even larger area that includes some more far-flung suburban areas and satellite cities. And that takes you, you know, up over 9 million people. And then there's the Greater Golden Horseshoe, which is basically all the far-flung satellite towns and cities that you can get to on GO Transit, the commuter rail and bus system that serves the Toronto area, basically. And that has over 10 million people. So yeah, it all depends on what you're taking in, right? Hey, Bloodhound, hello. I think Greater Toronto Hamilton is 8 million now if you include the latest StatCan estimates, right? Not the 2021 census, because that's outdated now. There's been huge growth since 2021 with the increased immigration levels over the last several years. Huge growth. So it's more like 8 million for the Greater Toronto Hamilton area now. And definitely past 10 million now for the Greater Golden Horseshoe. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 3.2 million now, just because of the crazy growth. But that's going to start slowing down now because they're reducing immigration levels now. A lot of the people who are here on student visas are going to have to go back home and that sort of thing. So the crazy growth is going to slow down. Hey, hidden jackpots, hello. The GTHA, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if just the GTHA gets around 10 million in the next 15 years or so. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And Hamilton isn't very far at all. Like if the traffic's good, you can drive from downtown Toronto to Hamilton in like 40 minutes. If the traffic's good, right? I've done it on a go bus before. Alright, we're on Parliament Street. Let's head north up Parliament. Hey, Tiana, hello. We're in Corktown, very old historic part of downtown. Got a new subway station under construction here. This is Corktown Station, or will be Corktown Station, for the Ontario line. Yeah, Mississauga is all built out, that's right. So they have to build up, and that's what they've been doing in Mississauga with all those crazy tall residential buildings. Brampton will definitely be the bigger place if it isn't already. Mississauga was always the bigger place compared to Brampton, but those days are gone. Brampton will definitely take the lead there. Brampton is starting to grow up also in terms of its new developments. A lot more tall condo towers are coming to Brampton too. They still have a lot of room to sprawl out though in Brampton. Oh, did you get timed out, Arata? That must have been a mistake because I didn't see any reason why. Sometimes mistakes happen. Carl Roth, it's like 16 million actually now. crazy the growth has been. StatCan's latest estimates have Ontario at well north of 16 million people now. Whew, it is windy here. Holy moly, freezing crazy cold wind here. Oh, finally died down. It's because I was walking past this condo building. Had that wind tunnel thing going on. Great Keating Pickering is a suburb. It's in Durham region, but it borders on Toronto. In the east side, like Scarborough, which is part of Toronto, part of the city of Toronto. Pickering and Scarborough border on one another. The city of Toronto is made up of what used to be 6 different places, whether you call them boroughs or cities or whatever. The old city of Toronto, then North York, Scarborough, Etobicoke, York, and East York. So all those together are now the city of Toronto. And Pickering is just immediately east of the city of Toronto. They're more like boroughs, Todd, because wards are even smaller. Wards are smaller. Hey, Chuck Diamond, Happy New Year. Good to have you. Oh man, that wind back there was brutal. My face feels frozen. My legs are okay. I'm wearing long johns. Like everything is okay, really. My feet aren't cold. My body isn't cold. My one hand that I don't have the glove on is a bit cold. I keep it in my pocket as much as possible. My gimbal holding hand is fine because of the nice warm glove I have. My top of my head is okay because I have my toque, my wool hat, for those who don't know what a toque is. And my face, though, my face is pretty cold, yeah. When the wind kicks up, the face freezes. Surprised though, my phone is still at 85% battery. Very pleasantly surprised at how well it's doing. Just across Queen Street. Got a roti place here. I do like the rotis. Hey, Estelle, hello. Doing good? How are you doing? I wonder how this little thing is doing here. Hangout Street, they call it. It's just like a little bunch of restaurants here. Is that right, Carl? I don't even remember that. I think now they just call it Moss Park, or it's lumped in as Moss Park, because there's the Moss Park apartments right there, which are basically projects for the most part. Got Shooter Street right up ahead. And you got Regent Park right over there. Hey, Anna Joe 2000, hello. Yeah, you're in the thick of summer right now, Estelle. Yeah, we're just getting into winter. Toronto have any casinos? I think there's a casino at Woodbine Racetrack that's in Etobicoke, which is within the city limits. I'm not sure about any other ones. I don't really patronize casinos, so I'm not too up on that. Woodbine is a horse racing track. I think there's a casino there. Vivian has been there. And Pickering, but that's outside of the city, but close enough, I guess, right? Niagara Falls, yeah, has more than one. It's one of the closest places you can go for some casino action outside of the city. And Aurelia to the north also, or just outside of Aurelia. And Windsor in southwestern Ontario, across from Detroit, also has casinos. Be a frigid night. Okay, Coco. Oh. No, not in downtown Toronto. I think there was a proposal to put a casino where the convention center is years ago, but nothing ever came of that. And at Ontario Place also, I think there was talk of a casino there. I don't think either of those are happening anymore. Whew, man, oh man. It's feeling colder now, or maybe it's just my face has started freezing. Or it's the direction I'm walking, probably. Walking north is probably the worst direction to walk with the wind right now. It was much less wind chilly when I was walking south and east. But this is Dundas and Parliament. So we're on the edge of Regent Park, which is all along here, along Dundas, heading east. Is it almost 3 hours or almost 2 hours? I lost track of time. Hey, Jennifer Haley, hello. Yeah, Freshco in sight. Look at that. This Freshco might be a familiar sight to those who've watched some of my other videos or streams. But yeah, even before the stream I was out recording a video, so I have been walking around for a while now. So we're not quite at 2 hours. But, you know, close enough, right? Close enough. I think we're at a good place to wrap things up here on this cold, cold ass night in Toronto. So thank you, everyone. There's root beer in there and some other things. Thank you everyone for watching the stream, watching me walk around in the frigid wind chill. It was great to have you all. I had a lot of fun walking around. You all kept me warm with your awesome support and all the awesome conversation. My mouth doesn't want to work so well right now. Okay. So big thanks to everyone, and thanks to the mods for keeping an eye on any, you know, characters who might pop up in the chat. And a huge thanks to everyone who sent all the amazing and generous support. I was blown away at all of the super chats to get hot chocolate and marshmallows and root beer and burritos and falafels and everything else. Thank you so much, everyone, for spoiling me during the cold stream tonight. It's very, very much appreciated. And I will be streaming again in 3 or 4 days, so keep an eye out. Make sure you hit the notification bell and the subscribe, of course, if you haven't already done so. So you'll know when my next stream is, and my next pre-recorded premiere will be tomorrow evening. So I hope you can come and join me for that too in the live chat. It'll be awesome to have you there. And of course, hit all the buttons, yada yada yada. Until next time, I will continue. Thanks to all the channel members as well. Alright, I'm going to go warm up and pick up a few things here in Freshco. So I'll see you all again soon. Stay warm. Don't be like me. Stay inside, get cozy, and enjoy the rest of the night and the weekend. I'll see you soon. right, night everyone. I'll see you all again. Maybe in a few days during my next live stream. Have a good night.